He is the executive editor over at Whisky Advocate, WHISKY, whiskyadvocate.com. WhiskyFest is coming to Chicago. That is on May the 12th. So you're going to want to be there. I will be there along with my Eat, Drink, Smoke co-host, Fingers Malloy. The event like this, we asked the question whether or not places like Chicago or other places give you a bit of a hard time. Oh, you want to have a big drinking festival in our city. Oh, we can't be for that. You said, no. They've worked with you. They know you. They're cool with it. What can they expect at WhiskyFest, and how does it differ from some of the other events that are out there?
Well, it's big, first of all. It's huge. That you go in there, the first thing you notice is how big it is. But I think, it's really not in any way impersonal. These people will spend time with you that are pouring. You learn a lot about the whiskeys. You go in, there's a lot of tables. You have your little cheat sheet, your scorecard, and you decide what you want to do. You go, okay. A lot of people like to highlight things with a yellow marker, a little strategy beforehand. Say, okay, what am I going to taste here? Let's see. And you go through it and you go, okay, we'll do this, 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 and this. There's all kinds of different strategies. You might want to take a deep dive into one distillery and, try a few things. You might want to go with a category, like I'm going to try the ryes or the scotches or whatever. I like to do myself. I like the old whiskeys that are on display, that are being poured there. I mean, this year, I think Gordon MacPhail, which is a Scotch whiskey bottler, they have some really old whiskeys like, I don't know, there's like a 1998 vintage and stuff like that. I think there's one 88 as well. And Michter's has some great, a 20-year-old that they're pouring. So, and I think Old Pulteney is pouring a 25-year-old. So those are fun, but you can't spend all night with those. You got to do other things. But it's very interesting to taste comparatively within a particular brand. If you have like Ardbeg, I had this Ardbeg, but the Ardbeg, remember, as you know, is a peated whiskey from Islay. Those are the smoky ones, from Scotland. Save those to the end. You don't want to blow your palate out with a smoky whiskey. So don't be embarrassed to say this doesn't have any peat in it, right? If you're starting it early, And so save those peated ones. They're great. Save them, but they're good.
The amount of time we spend discussing the idea that it's okay not to know. The rules are not set in stone. The rules are what you like, what makes a good flavor. That's what you like. What is your palate? You don't know yet. It's why you got to try everything up and down the line. And this really brings this conversation of whiskey in general, right? All bourbons are whiskeys, but not all whiskeys are bourbons. It depends on, of course, what the concentration is, what that mash bill is. You can read all about this in my book, Let's Go Bourbon. It's available at Amazon.com. That's called a plug, David Fleming. That's what we did right there for the book. Yeah. But the whiskey conversation, there'll be people who say, oh, I wouldn't drink a whiskey. I only drink bourbon. They self-snob, all right, because they're told that that's what the good stuff is. You're the expert. You're the pro's pro. WhiskyAdvocate.com, has those people, and it's sharing it with the masses. What's your rule of thumb? What is the rule of thumb of what you can expect from a whiskey, what you can expect from a bourbon? And do you think that whiskey should just be this discarded beast?
No, what I look for, and I think this is something that is a good place to start as a taster, is I hope it is anyway, like integration of flavors. Like you might get a lot of spice, you might get some oak, you might get some sweetness, but is it all coming together for you on the palate? Or you're getting a spike of oak and a spike of sweetness here and there, and it's kind of jagged, and it's not really happening as a unified thing. Are the flavors integrating? That's key, and also the depth of the whiskey. If it tastes like very thin, it's like, what am I doing here? That kind of thing. I want something with some depth, with some real something you can savor, and then the finish is the clincher. If you a really good whiskey will have a fantastically long finish, and it'll just blow you away. To me, that's the clinch. That's the ninth inning right there,
Right.